alone in a crowd, misunderstood, different. As you walk that arduous path towards your own truth, have you ever felt the crowds abandon you? Carl Jung tells us that reaching your unique, authentic self, individuation, has an inevitable price: loneliness. But is this an end to fear, or is it the sacred space where true freedom begins? You know that subtle ache when you don't conform to the roles and expectations society imposes on you. That feeling of alienation when your own thoughts, your own values clash with the mainstream current. It's like humming a different melody in a choir where everyone sings the same song. How many times have you silenced yourself, fearing labels like weird, maladjusted, or even rebellious? How often have you suppressed your inner voice, trying to fit into what's considered normal? This attempt to conform, while initially offering a sense of security, eventually suffocates your soul. Because as you move further from your own truth, you become a stranger to yourself. Within that false conformity, a deep meaninglessness and an inner loneliness begin to grow. Ironically, the more you try to blend in with the crowd, the more isolated you become from your true self. Carl Jung stated that humanity's most crucial lifelong task is individuation, to break free from the molds imposed by society and the collective unconscious, and to reach one's own unique, undivided wholeness. This is an arduous journey that involves moving beyond our persona, confronting our shadow, integrating our anima or animus, and ultimately connecting with our inner center, the self. However, Jung also expressed with poignant honesty that this journey has an inevitable companion: loneliness. This isn't necessarily loneliness in the sense of social isolation or abandonment. Rather, it's that profound, existential loneliness you feel when you carve your own unique path, when you no longer fit into collective thought patterns. A loneliness where others cannot fully understand you because they cannot see what you see. As Jung said, the way of individuation is a way of loneliness, because finding your own truth inevitably separates you from the masses. How does this particular kind of loneliness manifest? It's not a monolithic experience. It wears many faces, each reflecting a different stage or aspect of your journey towards authenticity. The loneliness of misunderstanding. This is perhaps the first and most common sting. As you delve into your inner world, as your perceptions shift and deepen, you'll find that your insights, your intuitions, or your unconventional experiences are met with blank stares or even dismissal from those around you. What feels vitally important and illuminating to you might seem nonsensical, too deep, or simply strange to them. You might try to share a profound dream, a subtle feeling, or a hard-won piece of self-knowledge, only to realize that the language you're speaking is foreign to those still entrenched in purely collective, surface-level realities. This creates a chasm, a quiet ache of not being truly seen or heard in your deepest truths. The loneliness of values. As you forge your own value system, one that resonates with your authentic core rather than societal dictums, you may find yourself at odds with the prevailing values of the collective, the relentless pursuit of money, status, popularity, or superficial pleasures. The things the majority chases might begin to feel empty or even repulsive to you. This divergence can make you feel like an outsider, an alien in a world obsessed with metrics that no longer define your worth. You might find old social circles no longer fulfilling, their conversations trivial, their pursuits hollow. The loneliness of diverging paths. Growth and change are inherent to individuation. As you evolve, you'll inevitably notice a widening gap between yourself and people you were once very close to. They might remain on familiar ground, while you ventured onto a less traveled, more challenging path. This isn't about superiority or judgment. It's a natural consequence of differing growth trajectories. Friendships may fade, family dynamics might shift, and you'll experience the bittersweet pain of outgrowing connections that no longer serve your authentic development. This is a lonely but often necessary parting of ways. The loneliness of responsibility. When you fully embrace the responsibility for your own choices, decisions, and your life's direction, You can no longer blame others or seek external validation for your path. This is incredibly liberating, as it puts you in the driver's seat of your own existence. However, it also brings a profound sense of solitude. You are the sole architect of your path, the ultimate authority in your inner world. There's no one else to point to, no one else to defer to for the big decisions. This self-reliance is empowering, yet it carries the weight of ultimate accountability, a weight you bear alone. The loneliness of inner exploration. The journey into your own unconscious, working with your dreams, confronting your shadow, engaging with archetypes, is an intensely personal and often solitary endeavor. While you might find like-minded individuals or a therapist to guide you, the core experiences, the direct encounters with your inner depths, are yours alone. The symbols that emerge, the emotions that surface, the insights gained, these are often so unique to your personal mythology that they can be difficult to fully articulate or share. This is the hermit's path, the inward journey into the labyrinth of your own soul, a place where you must ultimately walk alone to find your center. Jung's warning is stark. To try and escape this loneliness of individuation is to escape from your own true self. If, merely to avoid being alone, you compromise your values, silence your inner voice, and bow to societal expectations, you fall into a greater trap, the spiritual death that comes from false conformity. Losing yourself in the crowd might offer a fleeting sense of belonging, but it comes at the cost of sacrificing your unique potential. Seeking the approval of others makes you their puppet. Fearing the expression of your true self condemns you to an exile within your own inner world. This is a life that appears connected on the surface but is in reality deeply lonely and unfulfilled. Every false relationship you enter to escape the pain of solitude, every lie you tell, every mask you wear to fit in, takes you one step further away from your authentic self. And in the end, even if you are surrounded by people, you will feel more alone and lost than ever before. So, how do you navigate this existential loneliness? Jung suggests we see loneliness not as an enemy, but as a teacher and an ally, a sacred space for profound growth. 1. Accept loneliness as part of the path. The first step is radical acceptance. Understand that this feeling isn't a sign of failure, deficiency, or social rejection. It is, in fact, a testament to your courage, a marker that you are daring to forge your own unique path, to differentiate yourself from the unthinking collective. Reframe it not as a curse, but as a companion on the sacred journey to your authentic self. 2. Strengthen your inner connection. Consciously shift your focus from seeking external validation and connection to cultivating a deeper, more intimate relationship with your own inner world, with yourself, as Jung termed it. Practices like meditation, dream journaling, spending mindful time in nature, or engaging in introspective writing can significantly strengthen this inner anchor. When you are your own best company, external loneliness loses much of its sting. 3. Cultivate authentic, soul-deep relationships. While individuation involves a degree of solitude, it doesn't mean complete social isolation. Instead, it calls for a shift in the quality of your connections. Seek out individuals who resonate with your authentic self, who accept you as you are, flaws and all, and who are perhaps on their own paths of self-discovery. A few deep, genuine friendships are far more nourishing than a sea of superficial acquaintances. Prioritize depth over breadth. 4. Channel solitude into creativity. Loneliness is one of the most fertile grounds for creativity. Your solitude provides the quiet space needed for your deepest insights, emotions, and unique perspectives to emerge. Use this time to express the richness of your inner world through art, writing, music, or any other creative outlet that calls to you. This not only helps you understand yourself better, but can also become a profound way to connect with others on a soul level. 5. Discover your unique meaning and purpose. According to Jung, the process of individuation is also a journey of finding personal meaning. In your solitude, reflect on what truly matters to you, what your unique gifts are, and what contribution you are meant to make to the world, however small or grand. This sense of purpose can transform loneliness into a focused, meaningful solitude. Explore the sacredness of solitude. Many spiritual traditions view solitude, retreat, contemplation, hermitage, as a vital tool for inner enlightenment and wisdom. Consider your periods of loneliness not as a void, but as sacred time, an opportunity to be fully present with yourself, to listen to the whispers of your soul, to shed the noise of the world and connect with a deeper reality. When you embrace the loneliness of individuation, you paradoxically begin to feel more connected and whole than ever before. Because you are no longer dependent on fleeting external approvals. You have found your own inner center. You have remained true to your own reality. This kind of loneliness is not weakness, it is immense strength. It is the strength to think independently, to chart your own course, and to remain authentic despite the pressures of the crowd. And this strength begins to attract into your life others who resonate on your frequency, people who truly understand you. As Carl Jung reminds us, the deepest waters are often the quietest. That loneliness on your journey to find your true self may actually be the sacred silence in which your soul begins to hear its own music. This inner exploration is just the beginning. There are countless more truths awaiting you in the chaotic depths of your soul. Have you ever felt alone while walking towards your own truth? What does this loneliness of individuation mean to you? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments. We can support each other on this deep and personal journey. If this video ignited a light within you on your own inner path, don't forget to subscribe to Chaotic Depths and like this video to help spread this message. Because the most authentic connections are first forged within ourselves.